Blitz on 2 starts now.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside. Come inside. It took a couple of days due to weather, but welcome into week 0 of the Blitz on 2. I'm Dan Fanning.
So glad that you joined us tonight. I am Alexandra Cox. A big one to open the night, an old school rivalry between Stratford and Summerville. The Knights in Green Wave meeting for the 44th time on the gridiron tonight.
And how about this? Good thing we got there on time for the opening kickoff, because watch this. Stratford with the first possession. Jakin Davis goes back across the field, finds Malik McGowan wide open. McGowan does the rest, races all the way in for the opening salvo on play number 1. 25 seconds in, Stratford 7, Summerville nothing. Green Wave, Max Stafford trying to find an open man. Still trying to find an open man. Pump fakes, tries to find somebody downfield. Ends up being sacked here by Mr. Jenkins, Tavori Jenkins on the play. Summerville defense would respond on Stratford's next possession. Davis wrapped up by J.T. Williams for the sack. The Wave rolling in. Davis can't find an open man. Green Wave getting something going on O. Stafford, deep ball to Taru. Davis hauled in for the long gainer. Taru, first down, nicely done by Davis. Next play, Stafford over the middle to the law firm of Jaden, Kelly, and Murray. JKM, I think, going to Clemson this weekend for a visit, hauls it in, move the sticks. Later in the drive, 4th and short inside the 5. Javen Williams swallowed up by a host of Knights for the turnover on down. Stratford came out to play in the first half. Second quarter, Wave back on O. Kelly Murray on 3rd and short, able to get just enough for the first. One of the best dynamic playmakers in the Low Country, showing wide right there. That leads to this. Cam Grayson on the handoff. Down the sideline, he strolls in to knock things at 7. How do you do? 7-7 ball game. A great one tonight, and Summerville goes the way of the Wave. Look at this, Summerville. They come back in the second half. They win 35-30, your final.
And Ashley Hatkins leading Ashley Ridge for the year with Jeff Tate's suspension. Third quarter, his Swamp Foxes are down 28-7. The Berkeley ball carrier is stripped. AR recovers in plus territory. And from there, Trevor Khalid's quick hitter to Jalen Grant. Grant rumbles down the Stag sideline, tripped up on the 1 line. First and goal, Ashley Ridge. That leads to this. Ryan Campbell in from the 1 as AR cuts their deficit in half. Later on in the third, Henry Rivers on the quarterback keeper. He calls up the rock, and once again, AR recovers in great field position. Campbell and the O trying to capitalize. Big Landon Jackson stuff. The run up the middle. The run didn't work, but this did. AR breaks out the bag of tricks. A little wide receiver pass finds Campbell all alone down the seam. He catches it in stride and strolls in to cut the deficit in 7. As close as this one would get. Berkeley 35, Ashley Ridge 21.
Yeah, big win tonight for Berkeley. All James Island did in their first year in 5A last season was win 10 games. Third year in a row, the Trojans have won double-digit contest.
JI beginning the 2025 campaign against a stern test from the Midlands in Gray Collegiate.
To the backyard we go. Trojans up 21-0 at intermission. Late third quarter, Gray QB back to pass. He loses the rock. Bryson Bowers, friend of the program, dives on it first down. Trojans, J.I. trying to turn that into some points. Connor Dancer won a back-to-back state title in baseball as a right fielder. Quick strike to Charlie Schecker to move the sticks. Third quarter turns into the fourth. Dancer finds Raphael Pugh. He muscles his way for the first. That drive was stalled. Thump. Isaac Lawrence comes on for the chip shot field goal to make it 24-0 home team. J.I. has had themselves a share of specialists. Gray finally able to do something on O right here. Watch. Tripped up. He stays on his feet, kind of like Michael Dyer back in the day with Auburn in the national title game. Gray finally gets on the board, but it would not be enough as James Island goes to 1-0 on the season. 24-8, your final.
Looks like the rain wasn't done in Mount P as Wando played host to Socastee. First quarter action, no score. Braves going for it on 4th and medium, pass short of the sticks. Trace McCarty stops the ball carrier short of the line again. Wando takes over on downs. Second quarter, Harris Stone rolls out trying to find an open man downfield. Check out the catch by, lo and behold, Trace McCarty. Go ahead, Trace. First down, Wando. Later in the drive, 3rd and long, Stone finds Jake Beck. Beck finds enough yards after catch to move the chains. Warriors on a drive. Socastee all but puts an end to it. Jake Glassberg wrapped up by a host of Brave defenders led by Jaden Thomas. Socastee 8, Wando 21.
And welcome back into the Blitz on 2. Glad to have you, Dan Fanning, Alexandra Cox. 4D trying to get back on the right track in year 2 under head coach Sean Lorenzano.
Patriots beginning the season on the road at Buford this evening. We open in the second half. Fort Dorchester with it. Buford up 6-0 Eagles. Rylan Cowan flies in for a big loss to force a punt, but Fort Dorchester would get it back, and they're going for the home run ball, and that is complete for the touchdown. The PAT is good after to take the lead. Fourth quarter now, Dorchester drove all the way down the field, and the swing pass goes to Devin Gates, who is in for the touchdown. It's 14-6 after the PAT. Fort D would get the win 17-6.
Nicely done. To Goose Creek we go. Goose Creek hosting North Myrtle Beach NMB. Quarterback Will McNeely hands it off to Jaden Wilson. Wilson finds the end zone as the Chiefs go up 7-0 in the first quarter. Chiefs going to punt the snap. Bad ball falls in the end zone. Gators get 2 thanks to a safety. Kind of wondering how they ended up with, well, I guess this may give it away, 8 points. Goose Creek freshman QB Tyve D's picked off by NMB's Lamonte Smith before this, setting them up nicely. McNeely with the QB sneak. He puts his Chiefs up 14-2, as maybe that might be Jody Generette, former West Florence, former Ainer headman. Anyway, sorry, Derek.
Yeah, so sorry, Derek. My bad.
Alexander missed that one. Anyway, 14, there you go with the 8 in the ball game. 9:51 to go in the first half. She had a lot on her plate tonight. Sorry, Derek. Gators find an answer for the Chiefs offense. McNeely with yet another touchdown, this time a 60-yarder. McNeely tough to bring down tonight, showing off his legs as he rumbles in for the score. North Myrtle Beach, they come down to the low country. They go back to the Grand Strand with a 38 win.
Sorry, Goose Creek. I guess I'm the bad luck charm.
Jason Wynn said last time she interviews you for it. Hanahan and Philip Simmons are 2 steady programs here in the Low Country. Can
they both continue to take another step this season? Under a Carolina sky, the Iron Horses playing host to the Hawks at the Phil. 26-13 Hanahan in the second half. Trip Gallus play action throws it out to Kwamel Grant. Grant picks up the first down for Hanahan. Later on in the drive, Gallus to the end zone. Great job of high pointing the ball to Julian Washington for the score as the Hawks increase their lead to 20. Ensuing Iron Horses possession right here. 3rd and long, Hayes Goodard fires a strike to Patrick Clark. Clark bounces off the tackle and rumbles in for enough to move the sticks. Hayes going to the air, movements later across the middle to Ashton Kellerman. Ashton picks him up and puts him down, gets all the way down inside the 10. 1st and goal, Philip Simmons. That leads to this right here. Barstow Big Cats' favorite play in the NCAA, the shark wheel. Goddard to Lamont Taylor in the end zone for the score. Nice drive by Philip Simmons. Hanahan gets the win, though, 40-34.
To CCSD District 4 we go. MMA and head coach Daryl Pringle hosting North Charleston. 24-0 Cougars in the second. Maybe Blue Devils. We don't know. Russ, you help us out. Cougs quarterback inside joke. CJ Furby gets taken down by Coel Johnson. The ball is recovered by the Eagles. Offense unable to make good on that fumble. Second half, still 24-0. Furby throws a pick right to Jamari Austin. Once again, Eagles offense unable to do anything with it, as it was North Charleston tonight. Alexandra Cox behind the lens. North Charleston goes on to win by that final score, 24-0, your final.
And all the stars out in Hollywood as Baptist Hill opens the season against Clear Dot Charter great name. Bats first drive, quarterback picked off by Kylan Gordon. A nifty return right here by the junior as Gordon returns it close to midfield. Bobcats now on offense. Braden Franklin, he would air it out to Martrell Wright. He hauls it in as he's falling out of bounds. A massive gainer sets up 1st and goal for Baptist Hill. And that would lead to this right here as Franklin calls his own number and dials up 6. Baptist Hill takes the early lead. Later in the first quarter, big gain on the ground by the Bobcats. Ball carrier moved down the sticks. 1st down, Baptist Hill. Later in the drive, hands it off to Jamari Nesbitt. Nesbitt rumbles in as Baptist Hill increases their lead. Baptist Hill gets the win 48-20 over Clear Dot.